answer. Let's be respectful, people. I know we gotta keep putting that in the forefront of our mind. Let's please be respectful. The panelists, we have these panelists. These panelists are here for a reason. We went and sought out these panelists. So yes, they have first speak, okay, when it comes to a topic. Or if they have something that they want to address to a question that was posed by an audience member, then we're going to give them the mic first. Please, let's not just speak out of turn because we want to get our issue off. Let's let the panelists speak first, please, people. All right?
All right, Brother Kenny. All right, so just to kind of clarify, I feel what he's saying. What he's saying is there are physical benefits to having melanin. Everybody, we all need to understand that there are physical benefits to having melanin. But, here's the dichotomy I'm misunderstanding that I see in this room. Are we spiritual beings or are we physical beings? I mean, which one is it? If we're spiritual beings, we have to understand we have to elevate past our physical. And if we're elevating past our physical, we can't get so caught up in the physical that we miss the spiritual. I mean, which one is it? Are we going to get caught up in the spiritual or the physical? So my thing is, we all understand that our physical does play a role with us here. It's positive, it's great, but let's not get so caught up on it that we misunderstand the spiritual. Like we constantly try to down each other or trying to fight each other for something silly. I mean, we really right now just got into an argument over terms. That's silly. I mean, over terms, really? I mean, let's be conscious about everything. If the brother man, we know the brother man, he ain't meaning nothing bad about black people or white people or whatever. Yeah, there's people on this earth that got less melanin, and in certain physical aspects that could be a disadvantage, and there's certain positive advantages to having melanin. We all know that. But are we going to be caught up on the spiritual, or are we going to be caught up on the physical? That's kind of like the bottom line. Now back to the whole Christianity thing being black. Look. When it comes down to it, religion is man-made, period. Regardless of what religion you follow, there is no such thing as, okay, this is for black people, this is for white people, this is man. Look, truth was here before man was here. So are you following the truth or are you following a lie? That's the bottom line. If you're following the truth, truth has no color. Black people, white people, I don't care who you are, you don't have a copyright on truth. We didn't invent truth. Truth was invented by God. Only thing we doing here is discovering truth. That's all we doing. We on our path discovering truth, and we're supposed to pass the truth on to other people. That's it. And we in some type of mode where we trying to hold the truth to ourselves and not give it to somebody else, then we ain't really loving our brother. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand all that. So the bottom line is, man, if we really gonna hold on to truth, let's hold on to truth. You know what I'm saying? Let's not hold on to these lies and concentrate on things that not really benefiting us too much. You know what I'm saying? Let's get past that. Yeah.
Peace. I feel like melanin has a lot to do with everything. And I say that because what we know and what we don't know kind of it molds our perspective. So what you don't know about yourself, you will feel like you're not somebody, or you're not this good, or you're not this person. When actual facts, you do the knowledge to it. When I say actual fact, this is something that can be shown and proved. This is not no belief. This is not something that I think. This is something that is actual facts. You feel me? So melanin makes you more superior. I mean, that's just what it is. That's actual fact.
Show the facts.
All right, that being said, we can leave that alone. That's something you can find for yourself on your own time, right? So I'm just gonna leave that alone. With that being said, I'm gonna leave it alone. But for sure,
next question. Why is there a struggle and a resistance in the black community to research history of their religion? Why is there a struggle / resistance in the black community to research history of their religion?
Let Desmond go first.
Oh, yeah, like what's their religion? What's our religion?
I got a quick question on that though, because when you say research our religion, research, going back to history, research our religion, what religion are you talking about? there are like hundreds of different countries in Africa. So which religion are you really talking about? Because one tribe may believe one thing and another tribe may believe another one. You know, we see so many people with like garbs and different African garbs. What kind of African garb you got on? Anybody know? Anybody know where you come from? I know where I come from. I know, like, my people came back from Nigeria, Western Nigeria with Igbo people. I know that for a fact. My father did the research for me. I've seen it. But my whole question is, now I'm a Christian by choice, all right? No one's enslaved me. No white person said, oh, you got to believe this, otherwise you got to serve me. No one did that. I did that of my own fruition, all right? But my question is to anyone else up here, what's our religion? Like, what's a black religion? I didn't know religion had a code in the first place. Anybody want to answer that?
All right, so most of the time when people do that, it's kind of like referring to like Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism believes in understanding our own African religion, which I understand that because the bottom line is we have been oppressed by people, and those people have been feeding us lies with a religion. That is a truth that we have to understand and we have to get past. I'm not disagreeing with that brother. But unfortunately, that distorted version is still alive today. And a lot of black people still hold on to that lie today. So if we're trying to wake people up, we do have to address that. See what I'm saying? So, so when it comes down to it, a lot of black people feel there is no value and use to serving a religion when, if you think about it, is giving billions and billions and billions of years in our communities still. I mean, where is it at? You see what I'm saying? Like, there really is no excuse for that, period. There's no excuse for having a structured religion, and yet we're still in the condition that we're in. So now, I don't believe that any religion is going to give us the quote-unquote solution to all our earthly problems. I mean, there still is the divine. I mean, we still have to have our own physical awareness in order to go ahead and move past it. But at the same time, we do have to understand what is most beneficial to us as a people. And for some people, that is in African religion because that separates them from the oppression or religion of their oppressors. And I ain't mad at that. So that's when they say that, anything that separates them from their oppression is positive. And that's positivity for me. So that's,
All right. So my whole thing is with that, though. We're talking about Christianity. And, like I said, I've been Christian for 17 years. I chose that my own fruition. I didn't know, what. Yeah. 27.
Okay, so, 10.
10, yes, I was 10. But, my mom, she taught me about Christianity all my life. So since I can remember, I know about Christ. But, I've also ventured out. I also, researched different religions, black Hebrew Israelites, whatever it may be. Well, my fault. I ain't listening. But, Islam, whatever it may be, I study these different religions. But my whole thing is when we talk about truth is subjective. It's not relative. In other words, when we start saying that truth is relative, in other words, like, I remember I was talking to one of my teachers one day, right? And I was like, if I punch you in the face, and I thought that was right with me, well, who's going to judge me? Well, she said, well, that's wrong. According to who? Who's going to judge me? Your God is different than my God, right? Okay, so there's no real unity in religion unless we believe the same God. You can't have unity. Okay, one person may believe, well, the universe speaks to me. The other one may believe that Allah speaks to me. I believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross and he's God only. So how are you going to unite black people in religion when we can't agree on who's the same God? I can stand up here and talk about Christianity all day. I can say that Jesus Christ died on the cross. He died for all people. Satan, he's also out there. He created false religions. There are religions before Christianity. That is true also. But my whole thing is that we know what Jesus is. We know what all these other religions is. Why is it such a big deal with Christianity and no other religion? There's no big deal. Islam is cool. Hebrew Israelites is cool. But when it comes to most of these questions, all it has to do with Christianity. You know why?
Because it's whitewashed.
It's not whitewashed at all. Here's the thing. Hold on. Let me say this. I'm passing the mic in a minute. But I got a whole life right here. Okay, let me finish.
Slave scriptures in there.
We talk about slave scriptures, right? Okay.
My check.
Christianity, it talks about slavery back in the day. Slavery was a common part of life back in the day. Africans enslaved Africa. That's how most of us got over here. That's a fact. was a slave at one point in time. So we were the last one. We were the last one. No, we want to come. And we want to blame God on it. All right? What we really need to do is repent and get back to Christ. Because unless you do that, all of y'all don't go to heaven.
Y'all still
Can
gotta
y'all
respect
please
his
respect?
opinion.
Right.
I gotta respect. You know
Hold
what
on.
I'm saying?
Hold on. So, real quick, the mission of conscious conversation is to edify and empower. So, if he's giving his opinion, then we're going to edify and empower, right? Because how we, who said boo?
Say something.
Oh, you shut Mark. So, at the end of the day, when we talk about division in the black community, it probably started with religion, right? So, we're not going to have no division out of conscious conversation.
Exactly.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We gonna build anyway. You know what I'm saying? So the question that he asked that I have to jump in on because I don't get a chance to talk that much is, wait, it was a good question. How does Christianity? Why is Christianity? Is the only faith is attacked. Let me first give you my foundation. I am a Christian. I started conscious conversation. You are here because a Christian started conscious conversation. Hello. I'm a Christian first. So in my journey, being more conscious brought me more to Christ, right? Because he unveiled some things to me. Now, whatever your journey is your journey. I think that we are so far from building in the black community, the religion is regardless. That means nothing right now because we can't even love self. So I don't care if you're Muslim. It's one of my closest friends, Nation of Islam. I don't care what you are. We need to build ourselves back up. That's point one. Point two is he asked, say it one more time for me, King. What did you ask? Why is Christianity being so attacked? It's because of the corruption. Black State said corruption. We're talking about like priests touching little boys, right? We're talking about pastors stealing from the church. So then we start looking like, hold on, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? We start to push back on the idea that a white man saved us. Because Christianity is whitewashed. And if you believe otherwise, then I push back on your thinking. You saw a white Christ in your life before you saw a black one. Am I lying? Who saw a black Christ? How many?
Nobody.
Your mom, your grandma. Who had a black Christ in their church?
Nobody.
Okay. Who had a white Christ in their church? Okay. So when we start to talk about edifying ourselves and looking internally, we have to realize that when I look inside, I see black, right? So when I start to look inside, I'm speaking globally, not this is generalizing. When I start to look inside, this is for you. And you tell me that Christ is white. You got to, you're up here representing what religion? You represent Christianity. Christianity told me Christ was white, right? Christianity taught me, Daddy, Christ was white. So as I start to internalize the idea that white people kill me, I say, fuck Christianity. That's the response that you get. Now, you don't get to tell me that repent and go to hell. You gotta address the fact that the white man told me Christ was white. And you killing me. That's the problem. First of all, Christ said, I'm a pastor rock.
Oh, that's good. And see, there you go. Again. That's right, sis. They're going to mischaracterization of who Jesus was. If somebody told you that, they told you a falsehood. That still don't make the truth null and void. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is the Bible describes somewhat of who Jesus is ethnically, what color and all that. But again, he transcends that. Now I do say this. Let me say this real quick.
What you just rewind that? Rewind.
I said the Bible does give us a picture in Revelations of the ethnic or the skin color of Christ, but He transcends just one ethnicity. Okay? You understand what I'm saying?
Not really.
Now, what? You don't understand that?
No, because-
I'm telling you. I'm saying that. Listen, you understand that. You understand that. He transcends ethnicity. He got, well, I'm saying, let me tell you something. The Christian faith, though Jesus was not white, he was a Jew, probably dark skinned. Let me tell you, it's not a race. So I'm just saying, he transcends his skin color.
But if that's the case, why in churches we just have the silhouette?
That's terrible. I'm telling you, man.
You apologize for it.
I can't. I'm not. No. This is what I'm gonna apologize for. This is what I'm gonna apologize for. Listen. No. I can't. I'm a Christian. Look, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to apologize for the Christian church.
I apologize because
Look,
Christ
because
is
of how
represented.
listen.
And it's right form. Don't tell me to be fake. Because Christ
Look,
is represented in his right form.
I'm telling you what I will apologize
Is it
for.
not, King? Problematic, and I'm sorry for it.
Listen.
He ain't over.
As a Christian pastor, listen to me. Listen to me real quick.
My check.
As a Christian pastor, I understand this. I understand that, man, it's a lot of misrepresentation. When you see clowns on TV trying to gain people for money, talking about buy this bottle of water and all these things, when you see in our communities cats riding Bentleys and then they got their I understand all that, bro. I'm a Christian pastor.
I understand.
Hey, let me finish this thought. Listen to what Paul. I want to read one scripture. Yes. Why not? What's he scared of? Listen. I know I already lost. So let me say one thing.
Let me say this. Look, when he's saying Christ, cause look, like Gavin, I can apologize because I'm hurt by the church. Okay, I can apologize for what, how I helped perpetuate the falsified image of Christ, and how I didn't myself even draw a black image and hand it to you to see it.
Well,
It hurt. Hold on. It hurt us all. But this case, like Marley, like all of them, where we are at this time in culture, in the world, is you gonna either choose a God. You gotta define, because Christianity is not about, hold on. It's not about, okay, look, so it's not about what color his skin was. It's about what, like every other religion, the thought process. So you choose it how you want, but you have to define what your God is. Because there's a lot of cats that got money, Gucci Mane and all them, that's telling off with the young boys.
We get off.
No, I'm just saying in the sense of we misled.
Okay.
So in true sense, I'm saying at the end of the day, you gonna choose a God. I don't care what it is. If I believe, because this is what we have to believe as Christians,
Right.
or whoever. If my God is so powerful, it ain't my job to make you say all that.
Right. That's
My job is to say, look, people I love, I'm gonna show love. What?
All right, so that's all I gotta say.
Yes.
I'm saying is this. It does matter. Time out. I let everybody talk. Let me just say one thing.
I'm along with you.
The image that you
But why you wanna get past that?
time out.
Go ahead.
The image that every church perpetuates when you show a white man, it's a psychological stress on the little girls and the little boys, because when they come up in that system and they looking at that man and your grandmother and all your loved ones is telling you that's the person who you pray to, that's the person who saves you, then it matters, because everyday life, because everyday life, you're going to go out. When you come across a brother that's your same color, you're not going to hear. But when it comes to one of them, you're going to bow down. Time out. I know I'm right, and I'm going to tell you I'm right. So the thing is, if y'all read for that same Bible that they walk around and they put into our communities, like they put liquor stores, like they put cigarettes, tobacco, like they put chicken. If that same book that you say you preach from the Jewish Christian minister, and if it shows the description of who this guy y'all call Jesus, which they even exist, the latter day, but anyway, if that's the man y'all say y'all ride for, if that's the man that say y'all that teaches y'all everything in life, and if they give him a description, and in that description they say bronze, look at their face. They not bronze. They don't have hair of wool. But it matters. You know what I'm saying? It matters. Come on. So if you got a church, you might want to change their image, because if you don't change their image, we're going to still have a problem in our community because we continue to look up to them for our Savior instead of looking up for ourselves.
Hey, good. Now let me say this as well.
Hey, bro, she didn't want to talk for a long time.
I'm not stopping her from talking.
No, she didn't want to talk for a long time.
I'm sitting up with the mic. I'm not the one talking.
I got you. Let the young lady, let the
I have very few things to say. First of all, the audacity of us to try to limit God. God, it says that we are made in the image of God. That means we all encompass God. We are trying to limit him and say, oh, he looks like you, or he looks like you. He encompasses all of us. Exactly. And second of all, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. A little boy went to his mom and he said, Mom, what is ice? And the mom said, well, ice is water. And he said, well, where's the water? And she said, okay, you have to melt it down and you get the water. So he melted it down, he got the water. He said, well, where'd the ice go? She said, well, truth be told, there never was ice. Ice is just frozen water. So he went to his mom and said, well, what's water? And she said, well, water is oxygen and hydrogen, you know? And if you boil it down, you'll get a gas. And it will release. So he did that. And he said, well, where's my water go when all the gas is gone? And the moral of the story is, we are all one. We are all one. We all encompass the all of it. It's not divided. It's not separate. It's not one better than the other. God encompasses it all. And we have the audacity to try to limit or put it in a box. It's not possible. We're going to disagree if we try to do that.
I agree. I believe, I think what he's doing is he's presenting the same problem that we got to press by. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to say that. First of all, we're on the subject of religion, and we have to understand is that everybody's going to have their own belief. You got folks out here who want to hug on a tree. Okay, believe.
Where can he go?
We got a common enemy. And the thing is that we have to come together as a people and put our differences aside. Christianity, Islam, tree hugging, whatever, spirituality. We have to put these things aside because right now we are being shot down in the streets. We all, as black people, are oppressed. I don't care if you're making $1 million a year, $100 million a year. If you're behind the left, you are oppressed because you are limited in what you can do. And it's a systematic problem. And the solution to that is us to get out of the petty bickering and the pettiness of division that's been indoctrinated and given to us to do divide and conquer. And we need to learn to get on one accord. I don't care if you're a Christian, you're still my brother.
Yeah.
And right now, if somebody fucked with you today, I would die for you.
Can I say something?
And the thing is that we have to get out of that mindset that we are separate. You know what I'm saying? Because until we figure out that we are good.
Just right here. You good. So, can I get this is what I want to say. One thing that we have to do, especially when it comes to our religion, we have to step outside of emotion.
Yes.
Because there's too much emotion in this room.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is conscious talk. This ain't emotional talk. So when you talk about religion, you have to come from a logical perspective. One thing that I did, and it benefited me, I encourage everybody to research all the religions. Not just Christian, not just one. You know what I'm saying? Research all of them. Get down to the nitty-gritty, because that's time over with. It's over with. We need to understand spirituality, because that's really what's the base of all of it, ain't it? Right, wrong. Alright, so let's get a logical perspective. Let's read. I think one of the reasons why we have so much pushback when it comes to Christianity and religion, all that kind of stuff, is because we don't know how to read. We don't know how to research. So step outside the emotions. Step outside the emotion, logically decipher the information. You understand? Decipher the allegories, the myths, decipher all of it. And then we get an understanding of what this is about.
Okay, so say one thing. This has nothing to do. Okay, so here's the deal. At the end of the day, we are not going to agree on everything. And going back and forth is not productive. If we are going to be conscious and we're going to raise awareness, this is not it. So we need to chill out and allow people to talk. It's okay if we don't agree with what they're saying. Let them finish and raise your hand like back in 2nd grade. Raise your hand. Hold on. That's like I'm just, hold on. This is not, chill. Chill. Just chill out. It's not even about anything about this. Chill out, let people speak, and respect them. If you don't agree, that's cool. I'm agreeing with all this. So he's gonna finish. He's gonna do his thing. I'm just asking, I want to hear everybody. I don't agree with a lot of what people are saying, but no, I don't. But I want to hear everybody's perspective because it's wisdom, and it makes me conscious of life. At the end of the day.
Ain't no, is it still a question? Okay. My man.
All right. I'm going to get a little deep with this, what I'm about to say. And if you can follow me, the Christians. If Jesus was planted spiritually, there was no sex performed between husband and wife. How can you determine his nationality? Okay, hold up, let me finish. He was put there by a spirit. We know who they were that had it. Okay, now can anyone in here say what Jesus did was wrong? What did Christ do that was wrong? What did he do that was wrong that you can say, because of the color of what you're looking at, you don't want to believe him? When he came here, what did he do? He preached. And what happened? People followed. He went here and preached. People followed. He went here and preached. People followed. He said these people are like sheep without shepherds. Why? Because everything was in chaos. When they were hungry, what did he do? He fed them. So if he was black, if he was brown, bronze, white, the root of it was, what did he do, or what did he do that would determine him from not being followed? Because the word Christian means follower of Christ. If anybody in here believing in Christ, then that's who you following. You following who you believe in. The Bible says things were by him, for him, and through him. By him, for him, through him. What did he do? We don't know. Elijah was a prophet. Elijah. He brought people back to life. He did that. He performed miracles too. What did he do that was wrong? What did the apostles do that was wrong? If Christ did something wrong, I just want to hear what he did. Because what color has to do with his purpose? What was his purpose? He knew what he had to come here to do. Before, the last words he said before he died was what? Your will has been, it's done. He died. What did he do? Black, brown, bronze, blue. What did he do that was wrong? So this was about Christianity. It didn't break off into what this was and what that was. I just was trying to say that because the color of what he was, I want to know what did he do negative that would make you not want to follow him.
Two slaves fight over who's the best house nigga. That's how this shit sound right now. Hey, y'all know who has the best religion, who writing new shit? Come on, man. Bullshit, man. Whatever you just said, we just did yesterday. People be talking. Shit you just said. Was BS.